you are going to be taken aback by the current value of XRP on the fair market. To put it simply, I have lately conducted a substantial amount of study on the subject of what the overall derivatives market is, what the global debt is, and what the fundamental structure of the new financial system would be if XRP were to take over. After conducting an in-depth research, I discovered that the price of XRP is extremely stunning. Despite the fact that the potential price action for XRP is a great deal further than I had previously believed was conceivable, I am nevertheless surprised by the price. I will say that this video took a lot of time and research, and you guys are going to be really happy with it. All I need from you guys in return is to hit that like and subscribe button so that YouTube can push this video out, and then we can get started with the video. Now, for the very first time in my entire life, I am going to be conducting a deep dive analysis and discussing a number of different topics that I have never discussed before. Therefore, the very first item that we need to discuss is the magnitude of the derivatives market, as well as the quantity of the entire debt that is held by the world. As a result of adding up all of the debts in the globe, we arrive at a number that is quite absurd. At this very moment, it is approximately 350 trillion United States dollars, and when you take into consideration the notional value, the total size of the derivatives market is approximately 750 trillion American dollars. If you are actually going to be transferring over all of the debt that is held by the United States and the rest of the world, as well as all of the derivatives markets that are located all over the world, all of the real estate markets that are located all over the world, and literally everything else, you will start to realize pretty quickly that if all of this were to be represented in the XRPL, the fair market value for XRP would actually be absolutely absurd. In point of fact, if we were to consider the overall market capitalization, it would be the equivalent of quadrillions of dollars. And as a matter of fact, I took the liberty of punching all of these data in and calculating the interest rate, the circulating supply of XRP, the store of value in billions, and of course the length at which the aforementioned quantities are anticipated to be reached in terms of years. For example, I calculated the interest rate. Additionally, the value of XRP in this scenario would be $38,399 US dollars per XRP currency if it were to penetrate all of these markets that are now being discussed. I must say that is, without a doubt, rather impressive. When you take into consideration the fact that BlackRock and all of the other major institutions in the world are interested in initiating the tokenization of all assets that currently exist in the real world, you will find that this is an even more impressive proposal. Not only do they want to replace the existing debt structure, but they also want to migrate everything over to this new system, which will essentially consist of a single cryptocurrency or a blockchain-based system. A project that will consume all of it and make it all available on a public ledger. Now, of course, those of us who are here want it to be the XRPL, and if that is the case for the XRPL, then this is the kind of price that you can anticipate for each and every XRP coin. It is only reasonable that in order to make this a reality and truly have the XRPL expand to this capacity, there is one particular thing that we actually need to have right now that we do not have, and that is the quantity of liquidity that is necessary to make it feasible. Therefore, the next question that has to be asked is, how can we assure that there is a potential in the future that the price of XRP will come anywhere near that aim of $38,000? The answer, on the other hand, is shockingly straightforward. It is almost entirely predicated on the initial public offering, since we have obtained the regulatory certainty that the XRP ledger required in order to initiate the process of establishing these partnerships. We can now begin the process. The initial public offering IPO is the next significant step that we will take in order to ensure that enormous institutions will acquire a direct share in the ecosystem and contribute ludicrous amounts of US dollars. Because once that occurs and the XRPL now possesses the liquidity to truly, totally dominate all of these markets, it is a no-brainer for all of these banks to actually jump on board with the XRPL. Moreover, this is something that I forgot to mention. The response they give is, okay, this is fantastic, this is a good solution. However, in the current state with the current amounts of liquidity, it is not a possibility. You are going to need a few more $1 billion if you want to replace Taylor Swift, that is for sure. In addition, that is precisely where we are at the moment. So the initial public offering IPO from Ripple, the next significant step is one that we are all looking forward to. The public offering is going to determine whether or not this insane price of XRP that we are currently observing will continue to exist. As a result, here is something that this whole thing really comes down to, and it is something that we need to make very clear to the entire world if we do want this to happen the way that it needs to in order for us to first and foremost achieve these price targets, but also actually completely dominate the entire financial system in the manner that it ought to happen, right? Today, if we take a look at the Federal Reserve and how they basically abuse their authority on a worldwide scale as well as a local basis, it is painfully evident that their current system is not to the benefit of the average person who is a member of the working class. In many instances, the policies that are implemented by the Federal Reserve of the United States of America severely damage the economies of other countries throughout the world. Currently, a very clear indication of this is the number of countries that have recently joined the BRICS alliance. This is a brand new economic alliance that aims to essentially get out of the Federal Reserve central banking system. This is due to the fact that when the Fed prints money because they are the world reserve currency, it has an effect on everyone. As a result of the United States government's decision to print a few $1 trillion, some nations that have economies that are significantly weaker than the United States do quite literally lose 50% the value of their currency overnight. My opinion is that this is not at all fair and that it is a system that needs to be changed. I do not believe that there is any other method that would be more effective than using something like XRP to do this. One, we are aware that the technology is superior. It is able to manage transactions and settlements that take place across international borders. It is capable of doing a great deal that the United States dollar is unable to achieve, and it is also unable to be printed in the trillions of dollars. The greater the number of individuals who are made aware of this truth, the greater the likelihood that the XRP yell will one day eventually become this new monetary system. Furthermore, this is the reason why it is so important for you guys to see this video and share it with others. Do you ever want to see an XRP worth $38,000? In a very literal sense, you are a part of that journey simply by observing and imparting awareness, knowledge, and education to everyone who enters this space. If you want to make this a reality, if you want XRP to reach its fair market value of $38,000 a coin, which undoubtedly sounds utterly ridiculous because in the event that it does happen, I mean, we are all literally billionaires, then you are absolutely right. Anyway, we have to get it done. There is a need for us to raise awareness. We need to make sure that everyone is aware of this. Do what you can then. Please forward this along to some of your family and friends. In the event that you are unable to accomplish that, you should simply click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and do whatever you are able to. It is important that you share it on social media because this is how we will begin this effort. This is the method by which we strive to ensure that the XRPL will one day be utilized by each and every participant. That is a dream that, to tell you the truth, each and every one of us would like to have. In addition, the greater the number of people who are aware of this, the greater the likelihood that the occurrence will take place. When it comes down to it, education is the most important thing of all. Come on, let's do what we can. Allow us to turn this into a reality. You are all loved. I will see you again soon. Rest in peace.